First step in the door. And what are we doing here?
Well, in less than 10 seconds with Duranta, you can measure any property in the United States. You go ahead and put in an address, and less than 10 seconds later, you get the measurements of every part of the property you care about. The lawns, the beds, the trees, the paved areas, the buildings, the pool, whatever's on there, we'll measure it in less than 10 seconds. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, so is this a property?
Yes.
Yep. All right, so just so you know, if I pull up any property, it'll pull up the owner of the property for me. Okay. So if it happened to be this one over here, you could see, you know, well, this is just an LLC. But let's go in here, let's pull up the property line, and I'll hit confirm property. And you got your stopwatch going?
Oh, I don't, but I can.
Well, before you turn it on, it's done.
Oh.
All right, so if I go ahead and hit view AI map, and you see it'll quickly pull up all these areas of the property. The other thing we can do is we can adjust the property. So if you said that actually we service all the way to over here, you can do that. It's very simple to adjust any part of the property. And if I hit done, it's going to rerun all of this for me again.
Okay.
So, you know, let's give it a second. And I hit view AI map, and you see it's captured all of that. So it's got the forest area, it's got the green and lawn area around, like, you know, the tennis courts. And I can select whatever part I want.
I was going to say, here's the challenge for you.
Yeah.
The tennis courts have just this summer been taken up and is now grass. Can we change it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you asked. So let's go ahead and select area. Let's choose this, right? That's a tennis court.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hit edit, and I am going to switch it to lawn.
Oh, wow.
And hit save. And now the nice thing is when I look up my lawn measurements, it's going to include that square footage in here.
Okay.
Not only the area, but also the perimeter.
And this is amazing because we charge per acre.
Perfect. So let's go ahead and build this customer, right? So I'll go over here, hit area, hit create service, create, and you can have all your services listed in here, right? So whether it's mowing, whether it's fertilization, whether it's chemicals, and the nice thing is it does all the math for you, right? So let's go ahead and put a mowing right here. And let's just, you don't have to tell me what your actual rates are.
We'll go with the average. We'll just do $100 an acre.
Okay, great. So we'll do $100 an acre. And at what kind of frequency?
We'll just call it bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly?
In the spring, sometimes it depends on the weather. In the late summer, it slows down. We'll just call it bi-weekly.
Well, we'll do that for this demo, but you can actually set it up where you can say during the springtime,
so it calculates
bi-weekly,
how many mows.
during the summer, once a month, during the wintertime, 0, and it will do all the math for you and tell you how many mows. And turn it into a monthly price in case you want to put a contract.
This is for like mowing and stuff. How about plowing?
Plowing.
Roads that separate,
right,
because
you could separate the roads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing you can do is since we calculate the perimeter, you guys probably aren't edging this huge of a property, but you can actually do that. Because you just put in the perimeter.
So we have a 25-acre condo, and we actually trim the whole place. So doing the perimeter for that would be amazing.
Well, that one, when I was doing the estimate, it was like 25 acres, 260 something units, and I'm trying to measure it out, and I'm like, oh man.
No, we could do all of that.
That would
Yeah, we can actually run that property
our
next.
Friend real quick.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. I see. I knew you guys were 30-second people. Other than mowing, do you do any chemicals? Do you do any fertilization?
We don't do.
What about mulch?
We sub that.
Well, we do mulch. We do aerating. You know.
Oh, aeration. So let's go ahead and show what it will look like for aeration for this property. I just choose aeration in here. Okay. I can either put in my price per acre or anything else. This is more for a residential. Okay. And I can choose my area. So you can see I can choose whatever area. So let's say I choose the lawn area. And actually I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to aerate everything on this lawn. So I can just go in here and say, well, I'm not going to aerate this part, and I'm not going to aerate this part. You literally can just draw the parts that you're not going to aerate.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, I may choose, I'm not going to aerate over here. And it will recalculate for me and give me a new price. And it will tell me how many acres I've actually captured.
Well, this is pretty fantastic.
Let's go ahead and just add some mulch in here. So there are two ways. I could just auto-fill what it identifies as beds, or I can actually draw in the areas that I'm going to be putting some mulch.
Okay.
So
and
let's say I draw.
Zoom right in.
Oh yeah, we built our own custom widget. So this isn't using Google. We built our own because Google doesn't let you zoom in far enough.
Right.
So we built a special one that you can zoom in really tight.
Okay.
And let's say I'm just going to mulch this area over here. I can just draw that out. See, so that allows me to draw that out. Let me just drag that in there. And if you were going to calculate how many yards you need for this, it might be a little bit difficult. But with this, it's straightforward. I'll just go ahead and say that I'm putting this bed in. I choose my materials. So let's say I'm choosing mulch. In this case, how many inches deep would you put your mulch? Two? So let's say 2 inches deep. It'll tell you how many cubic yards you've got right there. And it will tell you your cost, whatever your margin is, if you want to put it in, add material. And what I tell folks is, like, if you can draw, you can create an accurate estimate. So for example, if I decided that, well, I'm putting in mulch, but I'm also going to put in a bunch of trees in here, so I want to put the mulch around them. I can literally go in here and just say, well, no mulch there, no mulch there, no mulch there. Whoops, sorry. I did the wrong thing.
Is this something that after I have like a picture that I could attach with an estimate?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'll actually show you how that works.
We're done.
We don't need to see anything else here at the expo.
This takes a lot of my time every night doing estimates and, you know, trying to square off an area to figure out mulch or mowing or whatever. Like this for me.
We built it specifically for landscape. You know, a lot of software, it's like, well, we're gonna fit in landscaping with electricians, plumbers, everything else. That's why even that like mowing schedule where you have 2 times during bi-weekly during the spring, once during the summer, like that's a landscaping thing only, right? So we built everything specifically for landscapers. All right, so you asking about adding photos. So let's say I took a photo while I was on site. It was in my camera roll. I'll just pick one out. Let's say that we were looking at this part of the property, and I said that flower bed. Hit done. And so you can see, like, you just put the note on the property, and I can just say where it's going to be. And now that's all part of my CRM. So if I go in here, I have all my information. I have my photos, any notes I've taken on the property, any proposals I've done. So in here, these are the services we priced out, right? Like a mowing, an aeration, a mulch bed. So if we want to send our customer a nice proposal, I'll just go over here to review and send. Here, and you see this is a nice template that we set up. It can look like whatever you want, especially for family businesses. This is us as a company, right? So you can put your photo in here, you can put your language, whatever you want, and it will just add in and do all of the calculations, but the template looks the same, saves you a bunch of time, looks very professional. I'll click here. I can pull up photos I've taken on site if I want, or in this case, I'm going to pull up the map just so I can show them this is where I'm putting my mulch. And so then there's no dispute. They're like, oh, you didn't say you were going to put it here. No, this is exactly what we're going to do. And it also kind of shows them that, hey, listen, I did this just for you. So here's a proposal. And here I'm describing what aeration is, so they know what they're getting. I can put in my terms and conditions, everything. So let's go ahead and preview this.
I tell them I hopped in my helicopter, flew over the
Exactly, just for you. And I didn't even charge you for that part. So it says, hi Jeremy, I thought I would send you an example of a proposal you can create in less than 10 minutes. using Duranta. Here you go. Looks very professional. That's us, just to add a personal touch.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and text this to you right now. Give you an alert when the customer opens a proposal.
Yeah.
And e-signature is built in.
Oh,
and so
okay.
they can sign right there.
Yeah.
And you get an approval.
Okay.
So there's a lot more that the software offers: CRM, invoicing, payments, all of that sort of stuff. But that's kind of the highlights, right? Yeah. And
As
it's
I
all
say,
built
if it
in
does
here.
everything currently for like all of our invoices and stuff,
Yeah.
we use Square.
Yeah, we use Square for everything,
Oh.
for estimates, invoices, and payroll.
But I'm doing everything. Like you said, that's kind of like for any business. So this for me, if that does everything that Square does,
Can I wish you could call this guy. I'm gonna brag. I'm gonna brag about you, Aiden. Aiden's company is called Average Guys Amazing Results.
Okay.
Aiden's a former military vet. You know, left the military, started a business with one of his unit buddies. Right.
Okay.
It was two guys. They started off with just a few properties. He's now up to over 400 properties.
Wow.
Right, and has 25 people on his team. He used to use Square just to send out these estimates.
Right.
He switched everything over to Duranta, and he's a better salesman than me for our company. So, you know, you can call him. But long story short, the nice thing here is like, here's all my invoices, right? I can see what's paid, not paid.
Okay.
If I wanted to,
very similar.
if I wanted to go in here and create an invoice for you, I just pull up Jeremy in here, and I'll say select. This is the proposal we just put together. And it will show me, because I said that I'm mowing every 2 weeks, right? That whole schedule you described, it will automatically pull the schedule out and tell you how often it's going to be creating these invoices for you. So the invoice is all here. Everything's in one place. I hit save. I can allow direct payments. So if I hit save, if I go ahead and send this off to the customer, you'll also see what that looks like. I'll just copy it into my browser so that you can see what it would look like. And what the customer would get is an invoice that looks like this, with all of the payment options right there. Yeah, built in. Yeah.
And you even have Cash App, Klarna, all the options.
Yeah. Card.
Well, Sam, we're starting off on the good foot.
Yes.
Because I'm Sam too.
Okay. Oh, yeah. There you go. How's that working out for you?
so good.
Okay.
But this is going to be the question, because we're a small family business. We haven't hopped on like the jobber train or anything just because of how much it is per month.
Yeah.
So can you talk costs?
Yeah, I can talk costs.
Okay.
That's one of the things I'm proud of.
Okay.
It starts at $67 a month for everything that you've seen.
Okay.
Plus, we have a special for the event, right? If you sign up by the end of the month, you get your first $5,000 worth of credit card payments completely free. So
what
I
is
think
that processing? Is there like the processing rate for taking cards?
Yeah, so there's a processing rate that actually is an hour rate. That's just like the credit card processors. I think other people charge about 3.5%, 3%. For us, the first $5,000 is 0%.
Okay.
Right. We got that as a special from our credit card processor, so you get refunded. That's actually $150. That's like 2+ months, basically. Right. After the first $5,000, it's 2.9%, and that's one of the lowest I've seen.
I think with Square we're in the 3%.
Yeah, you're over 3.
Every 6 months, 12 months, I get a notification. But we've been in business 17 years, and we have used Square for a huge majority of that, because back in the day, we weren't going to carry around the credit card machine. So when they came out with the little thing on your phone at first, we did it, and then we've stayed with them the whole time.
Is there a payroll service at all?
We don't yet have payroll.
Yeah, because that's the only,
I was just say that's the only other thing that we
bingo
use.
Card.
That is on our 2026. Yeah, the payroll. Actually, I'll be very transparent right now. What we have today is everything to do with sales, estimating, proposals. So basically, we get you all the way from getting the customer to getting paid by the customer. The part that we're building is going to be the scheduling and the payroll.
That would be amazing.
Just want to say we don't have that yet, but that's coming. That's going to come in the next 6 months.
17 years ago, we didn't have that with Square either. We kind of worked up with them too. So
one more question from me.
Yes.
I'm all about like predictability.
Yes.
And I haven't heard of your company. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just because, but how long have you been in business?
We've been around for about 2 years.
Okay.
But the reason you haven't heard from us is the first year and a half was just building the software.
Okay.
Right?
So this
like
is
all of
brand
this
new.
all of this stuff is like from the ground up, right?
Okay.
Like I told you, we build our own map thing. Why?
Yeah.
Because we found people couldn't zoom in enough. We don't use Google imagery unless we have to. We
Yeah.
use a different company that flies planes and gets really high resolution imagery, so you
Okay.
can see all of the little beds. We built our own AI from scratch. It's
Love
not
it.
using anything else. So everything we built from scratch. So we're going to be around. The good thing is we're able to raise some money, right, from investors. So they've given us a lot of runway. We're going to be around. We've got like some
Larger
nationwide.
scale. Yeah.
Someone last month put in a bid for about 8,000 properties, right? And they liked it because they could just not have to travel there. And these were
Right.
across 6 different states.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So it's growing really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you stopped us.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Great.
Yeah, thank you so much for
No,
stopping
thank
by.
you. All right, you hold it,
That's Duranta.
and then let's see the back. Oop. Here we go. Perfect. All right, guys, if you've watched this far, we appreciate you so much. We ran into Sam from Duranta, the very first step in the door of day 3 of the Equip Expo, and I'm so glad that we did. We actually hopped on a Zoom call with him this morning, went over some stuff, and he answered every question I had, and it's perfectly aligned with what we're looking for in our family-run company. So as of this morning, I signed up for Duranta. It's affordable, they listen, they want to grow, they want to incorporate the things that matter the most and make the biggest impact in this industry and for our business. So we hopped on board. They have a promo. It is the deadline is today, October 31st. All you have to do is go in the app and sign up for your free trial, and you're going to be eligible for that $5,000 processing credit to process $5,000 and get that $150-ish credit. And after that, it's a 2.9% processing fee, which is cheaper than what we deal with right now. So all the way around, it's amazing. We love it. We love Sam, and we're excited to continue with them and dive into this. I already sent a test proposal to myself this morning so I could play with the program, and we're actually going to go through all our current customers to measure properties and kind of see like if we're in line in our pricing for each property, because some we've had for a really long time. But we're working with Sam on something a little special, so make sure you keep your eyes open for Duranta and a little special promo maybe from Poulin Property. We'll see how it all plays out. But if you have any questions for Duranta, I know Sam is available. He's checking our social medias, and I can certainly ask for you. But we're excited to start using Duranta. Hope you guys look into it and consider it. Let us know in the comments if you are or if you have any questions. But until next time, peace out, YouTube.